Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Deal with Vehano Joseph. This is a show dedicated to all levels of entrepreneurs looking to scale and improve their lives. So let's dive on in with our next guest. Hello, and welcome to the podcast. This is Beyond the Deal, achieving and unlocking financial freedom through real estate or any type of financial instrument. I wanted this to be a broad platform for you all that are interested in taking that next leap and scaling from single family to multifamily, or from corporate to single family, or corporate to multifamily like I did, and really give yourself the opportunity to build something that I have been fortunate and blessed to do so. It's not hard, guys. I think what we lack in life is really just a guiding hand and some confidence to get there. And right now is probably one of the best times in our history. We have a significant amount of, what used to be a headwind will now be a tailwind. We have interest rates that are slowly declining. As quickly as it went up, it's sure as heck sticky to come down. So, bear with it from a market standpoint. And on this podcast, I hope to give you the tools and the skills and bring on guests that can help you in your journey, whether it be that stepping stone into your next financial endeavor, and hopefully creating that financial freedom that you so rightfully deserve, and you could do it, right? Like, that's the whole point. If I can do it, you can do it. So anyway, my story, my name is Vehano, and I'm originally from Cape Town, South Africa. I'm a chartered accountant by trade. I started out doing my training articles at a audit firm, and worked my way through being a first year all the way to manager, and then switched to management consulting, and left there as a senior manager, and then transitioned into multifamily real estate and actually private equity real estate for that matter. So we also acquired companies over the years, and looking back on a 7-year career, which is very early, but I thought it's very important because we've had the success and we've had things come to fruition now. And it's not when I was younger, I'm sure there's a lot of listeners that may resonate with us where you're like, well, I don't have the skills yet. I don't have the expertise. So why would somebody invest with me or whatever, right? So, I think with the right framework and the right coaching, you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. And just be determined that you stick to the steps and you'll get there. I started in multi with a duplex. We didn't even own our own place, and the actual story is I was looking for a toy. I had just gotten married, and my wife did not want us to. I had a motorcycle. My wife did not want me to have a motorcycle, and I made the choice, fellas, and it's a hard choice to sell your motorcycle, and that's kind of like your freedom, and I had to sell it. And in lieu of that, I thought, let me go buy another toy that you kind of give me the same freedom, I guess, or same exhilaration. So I was actually looking for it was an AMG Mercedes convertible, and it was very fast and very easy to modify. And anyway, so I'd been looking for that for a while, and credit to my wife, she made the suggestion like, hey, why don't we buy an investment property? And for me, growing up in South Africa, we at least in my immediate circle, and it just shows you how important your network is. In my immediate circle, I had friends that they had holiday homes and their residences, but they never really had real estate portfolios. Maybe they had an industrial company or something of that nature, and they had commercial rentals. But in my circle, it was never a thing to be a property mogul and own a bunch of real estate and so forth. So it was kind of a new concept to me, and I thought it was neat. I thought it was kind of interesting to see that you can own an entire complex, you can own an entire subdivision. In these days with built to rent, but you could own the whole building. Whereas in South Africa, it's more sectional condos and stuff. So bringing that model to the US and bringing that framework into my mind, I realized quickly that for me as a W-2 employee at the time, working, 70 hours a week, 45 to 70, 80 hours, depending on which projects I was on, it was going to be very hard for me to manage a property and be, 100% dedicated. And so I learned very quickly, you need to build out the team. So your property manager, your vendors, all of the intricate pieces of your puzzle. And building your team is like a big part of your success in this game. And just with life, right? Like take it like sports. Sports is you don't win by yourself. Like if you're playing rugby or football or whatever, right? Like you need everybody on the team to play their position and deliver seamlessly without you even having to ask. And so I saw that early on, and I went out and I acquired a duplex, and I bought a duplex down in Tampa at the time, and it was, really run down, needed a lot of work. We fixed it up, moved the rents from $750 to $1,500, and so I was hooked. I realized there's a mechanism between adding value and increasing income. So when you look at the equation, the yin and the yang, the flow, inflow and outflow, the breath in, breath out of life, in order to earn income, you need to provide value. And so how we provide value as real estate investors is providing valuable space to live in. If it's a single family residence, you're going to renovate it, get it to a certain standard, and move a family in, and they're going to, in exchange for a quality place, they will pay you rent. Same thing with multifamily. You just have multiple units in the building. And I really like the multiple units in the building because, if one person moved out, I wouldn't be on the hook for it. But one thing that I've learned over time, and you guys tell me in the comments if you've experienced this, if you own investment property, the single family space, I've seen the least amount of turnover, and in the multifamily space, I've seen the most turnover. So my average tenure in my single family has been 4 to 6 years. So if you really distill that down to what it is, that person may have a child, that family may have a child, and that child might be going off to a new school, or they're moving from elementary to high school, or middle school to high school. And there's so many different stages and phases of life, so there's different markets and niches to capture as you look at the multi levels of real estate. With multifamily, having those additional units is really blessing, because you can have, even in a 6-unit property, you can have 2 people move out, but you'll have 4 units still rented, and that could cover your mortgage payment, depending on if you haven't overpaid or don't have too much leverage on the property. So, there are so many benefits to real estate. And one of the things I've learned in my journey has been that multifamily or real estate analysis and underwriting and all of this has given me the opportunity to look at things as almost like business acquisitions, because what you're running is a small business, and America runs on small businesses, right? And it doesn't matter like what they all say with like FANG and all these top stocks, but like America runs on small businesses. It's literally the driving force for our economy. And it's so powerful to see people go out and, take a product, take it to market, or take a bad product, improve that product, and, find a solution that people need. In real estate, we're always focused on solving the problem of shelter, right? It's one of the human needs that always going to need food, shelter, or clothing, right? So it's important to be a problem solver, and we're solving a problem to providing shelter. So I hope that this show really is something that can help you grow as an investor or as a wannabe investor, to give you those tools and the skills to go out and take action, because without taking action, you're not achieving anything, right? There's so many good ideas and good intentions, but they're all at the bottom of I don't even know if they go 6 foot anymore, but they're all at the bottom of a grave somewhere. And that's always, that's something that haunts you, right? If you have a brilliant idea burning, they call it like that, you got that fire in your belly, there's an opportunity and you're not executing, that eats away at your soul. It almost feels like you're going against your own fundamentals. And so what I really hope that we give you here on the show is something something that helps you take that little baby step to the next, to the next milestone, to the next, pit stop, because life is a journey. And I'd love to kind of highlight like one of the most impactful things that I've learned from one of my mentors who, I've considered a great mentor. In fact, I even have like a book of his favorite quotes, Jim Rohn. And one of the things he that was so impactful to me was, when you look at the impact of time, time is going to happen no matter what you do. Tomorrow will come, the sun will set and will rise tomorrow. And a 10-year period, a 20-year period is going to pass you by. And so if you're a ship in the ocean with your sails down, i.e. you don't have a destination mapped out or targeted, you're just going to be spinning around in the currents, in the waves, in the wind of time, right? And 10 years will come and you'll still be spinning around in the harbor. But if you set your sail on a goal, on a destination, on that waypoint up there, if you set that sail and 10 years come by, you might surprise yourself. You might surprise yourself and actually get there or surpass it or be close. But you're not going to be stuck at the start in the port. You're going to be on your way to your destination. So I hope this podcast inspires you to do that. Next week we're going to focus on the 5 pillars of success, and those pillars are the pillars that I use to scale my business from that duplex to over 3,000 units and over 11 successful exits. We'll also talk about recent deals we've sold. Last week we closed the deal, we sold it, bought it for just over 5 million, sold it for just over 10. Just a fantastic example of what to do when everybody's panicking, because those properties we purchased during COVID. So what to do when everybody's panicking and how to get to that destination, right? So again, looking forward to seeing you guys here next week and hoping that I can be wayfinder, help you get to that next milestone. Have a wonderful day. Bye.